Welcome, I'm Ed Gargas.
And I'm Bill Straw.
We're your YAC sports team coming to you live from Charles Bland Stadium here at Dexter High School. Bonus coverage this evening. This game against the New Madrid County Central Eagles, originally scheduled to be played in New Madrid, but due to poor field quality or conditions after the last couple of weeks of rain and the big game last week in New Madrid, the two administrations decided to bring the game here to Dexter. And so, of course, we here at YAC and New Wave Communications, we're glad to be bringing you the game.
Yeah, we're excited. We got an extra game this year, and I was very excited to find out we were going to have it here, and because I was kind of upset we only had one more left, Ed, and so we get a bonus game, like you said, and hope everybody is tuned in. Everybody got the word, and we're going to bring you an exciting game full of, I think, a lot of talent out there tonight, and I think it's going to excite the people to see this tonight.
Absolutely. Kind of talking about pros of New Madrid County Central and the pros of Dexter Bearcats. We know, as always, New Madrid's going to come to town with a lot of speed. They got two great athletes on the field, Ely, as well as Stevenson. Stevenson's kind of the all-purpose athlete. I think he lines up quarterback, wide receiver, running back. He kind of just, when they need something done, he's kind of the athlete they want to get the ball in the hands of. And he can just make things happen. And so, and then of course Ely, he's great on the defensive side, but he's a nice big tall target to throw to. Fit really fast. I hear he's being looked at by several big time Division I schools, Ole Miss, Nebraska, Georgia Tech, some of those type schools. So
I believe Mizzou's looking at him also.
Absolutely. So just, New Madrid, they've always got speed, and that's going to be a challenge. We've talked about with the Bearcats, Coach Pixley has talked about. It's one thing the Bearcats don't have a lot of this year, at least not that exceptional blinding speed. But each week we've seen them play a little bit better than they played the week before. They're coming off a great win against the Crothersville Tigers, who had some speed also. A little bit wetter last week than it is tonight. Maybe that played a little bit of factor into it, but it looks like the Bearcats are really coming into their own, and it can't be at a better time as we kick off district play this evening.
Yeah, last week Dexter, found themselves in that position that way back in the beginning of the season, Coach Pixley talked about it, where the guys were going to have to focus for 4 quarters.
Yes.
Well, they had pulled out the wins and stuff there, and then last week was the big challenge. They got into a good lead. All of a sudden, they found themselves in a difficult situation with the penalties being called, turnover, and they responded. And I think that's what Coach Pixley was looking at. That was your maturing growth of a player out there. They were able to recover, respond, and still maintain. Come back and maintain that competition, what they wanted to do, and they came away with that win.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be kind of a key also to for the Bearcats to get off early, to a good start. We did that against St. Genevieve and played a great game. We got the first touchdown last week against Crothersville Tigers. Played a great game. Of course, we got the first score against Malden and stuff, but a little bit different situation, a little bit different competition level that time. So I think if we can find ourselves being close and competitive in this first quarter, it's going to set the tone for the next 3 after that. So, okay, we've got a quick break here coming along. We'll be right back, and here you'll see the Dexter Bearcats starting lineup.
Number 7, Ben Mills, senior, quarterback. Number 10, Gary Summers, senior, wide receiver, defensive back.
Number 32, Wesley McCullough, senior, running back and linebacker.
88, Jake Lee, sophomore, defensive end, tight end.
Number 45, Sean Slavin, senior, running back, linebacker.
Number 55, Brandon Moore, sophomore, offensive guard.
Number 59, Taylor Gerald, junior, offensive guard, defensive end.
Number 60, Ethan Morgan, senior, center.
Number 70, Jacob Bollinger, junior, offensive tackle. Number 78, Zach Lacey, sophomore, offensive tackle.
Number 81, Ryan Wyndham, senior, wide receiver, defensive back. Number 11, Hunter Bruce, senior, linebacker.
Number 45, Sean Slaving, senior, running back, linebacker.
Number 24, Jake Cox, junior, defensive back. Number 32, Wesley McCullough, senior, running back and linebacker.
Number 35, Aaron Mace, junior, fullback and linebacker.
Number 64, Dylan Sandlin, junior, defensive tackle. Jake Lee, sophomore, defensive end, tight end.
Number 59, Taylor Jarrell, junior, offensive guard, defensive end.
Number 44, Austin Featherston, junior.
Okay, we're back, and there was the starting offense and defensive lineups for the Dexter Bearcats. We got about 5 minutes, I believe, according to the play clock, before we have kickoff here. So what's some other things we talked about with Coach Pixley? And we didn't get the interview this week. Sorry about that, but read a little bit about him from the paper, as we talked about at the beginning. They got two great guys back that we're going to have to key in on. As we've talked about, as you've mentioned, Bill, 4 quarters of play from the Dexter Bearcats, but also it's just going to take we mentioned the penalties last week. We're 6 weeks, 7 weeks into the season now. Those rookie mistakes, those mental penalties, we got to be past that. We got to be able to focus now. We know what our jobs are, so let's get out there and just do it.
Well, knowing Coach Pixley, and then, with the years of coaching I did and knowing what speed can do to you, and taking into consideration Coach Pixley obviously knows New Madrid County Central. What you got to do, you got to tell your players they're going to have to attack, keep lanes. Your outside people are going to have to get up onto that line of scrimmage outside those tackles. You've got to force that speed east and west, or it's going to hurt you bad. But at the same time, your inner people cannot over-penetrate,
right,
because by over-penetrating, then what you're going to have is your counterbacks or cutbacks, and it's going to run right back underneath your linemen, and then you leave your linebackers hanging out there in the air, and that's not a good thing either. So your linemen have to get up into the line, create the new line of scrimmage with everyone else, keeping a solid line across there, controlling it, getting separation away from the offensive line, being able to move off that block and help shut off that run. And, of course, like I said, your outside guys are going to have to come up, force them runners to go east and west, because if they turn that corner, it's obvious they got a lot of speed, a lot of athletes that are gone.
All right, well, we're going to take it right back to the studio real quick. We'll come back with the mention of the captains and the kickoff. So be right back. You're watching live Dexter Bearcat football here on YHC TV, Channel 21.
Okay, you're hooked up and ready to go.
New Wave knows you're excited about sports, so now's a great time to get connected with the Triple Play Package. Crystal clear TV, high-speed internet, and telephone for only $99.99 a month for 12 months. With New Wave Communications, you've got game.
Okay, we're back. As you'll see there at center of the field, the Dexter Bearcat captains. Starting off there with number 32 is Wes McCullough, and number 10 there Gary Summers, number 81 Ryan Wyndham, and number 7 quarterback Ben Mills. We got about a minute and a half, just under that. One real quick, as we see the lineups getting ready to line up for the kickoffs. Want to remind you that the kickoff is brought to you this evening by Pizza Hut in Dexter, Missouri, located at 1113 West Business 60. You can call them at 624-5333 or order online. They're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to midnight. They have pizza, Tuscany pastas, sandwiches, salad bar, and Wing Street wings, appetizers, and fried apple pies. Their lunch buffet is served Sunday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. They have a Wednesday evening buffet, also 5 to 8 p.m. Their buffet features all-you-can-eat pizzas, pastas, salad, and cinnamon rolls. Dine-in, carry-out, delivery in a limited area is available for your convenience, pick up at their drive-through window. They will also be featuring the live broadcast and replay of the Dexter Bearcat football games on their TVs there in the restaurant. That's America's favorite pizza Pizza Hut. Okay, so it looks like the Bearcats will be receiving. We've got number 24, Jake Cox back deep. Also number 32, Wes McCullough, and number 30, Josh Overall. So real quick, Bill, you want to try to get the New Madrid County Central defensive starting unit?
Yes. At nose guard, number 70, Brandon Evans. At defensive end, number 51, Matt Hunter. Defensive end, number 65, Jake Kimball. Outside linebacker, number 4, Jadarius Stevenson. Middle linebacker, number 5, Rodney Anderson. Middle linebacker, number 6, Coney Ely. Middle linebacker, number 31, Austin Meese. Outside linebacker, number 34, DeAdrian Grissom.
Kickoff there by number 55, Michael Darter. We had the breakthrough there up the middle. Great recovery there by number 33, Nick Summers there. He takes it down deep into the New Madrid County Central territory. So the Bearcats are going to start with great field position there, Bill. It looks like on about the 27-yard line.
Well, that was pretty exciting to start this game out. And, hey, just to finish the starting lineup, defensive lineup for New Madrid. Defensive back, number 21, Jamaria Jones. Defensive back, number 32, Lamont Nelson. Safety, number 27, Shelby Comer. But that was exciting. That just took out there like a cannonball there. I don't think anybody knew what was going on first. Well, they hit that seam just right, and off they went.
Okay, here we go in the wishbone. Handoff there to McCullough. Gain of maybe a couple. So we saw a little bit of success last week.
I was just getting ready to say it. Last week you saw Coach Pixley jump into that true wishbone, and more to give them guys maybe a break, a breathing break. But he did have a lot of success with that. Had some good yardage out of that.
Okay. Got to stay here in the wishbone. Got Aaron Mace there at fullback, and Sean Slavings, Wes McCullough back. Mills back to pass over, intended for Summers. Those guys have connected a lot this year, but just a little overthrown. Well defended by number 21. I'm not sure who 21 for the Eagles there is. We don't have a 21.
Oh, that's Jamaria Jones.
Jones, okay, good deal, good deal.
Yeah, Summers had a nice route on that, Ed, and but Jones was, I think, just enough to block his, clear sight, and because I believe Summers actually had a good step on him at that point.
Okay, so 3rd and 7 from the wishbone, the shotgun. Mills looking to the right, try to dump it there in the middle to McCullough, who would have had some space if he would have got around number 51, but great penetration there by that Eagles defense. And
Ely and Meese definitely got the pressure on. I mean, outside. Actually, the interior offensive line did a really good job. They came off the edge and, just basically had the speed to get there.
Yeah.
That's going to be a quick setup pass.
So Ely, expect to call his name quite a bit. Again, he's got a lot of speed coming off the defensive end there. And so
that might be something where really Coach Pixley needs to let Mills just take off like he does with the rollouts. He's excellent speed. But he had to start from a dead stop to try to get away from that, and that makes it just a little harder. Well, going with a double tight.
Again, the pass just a little out of the reach of Nick Summers there. So it would have been good for a first down if it had been able to bring it in.
Well, what I saw there, Ed, was, Dexter Bearcats came out attacking.
Yes.
They were not playing conservative ball. They came right at him and said, hey, this is what we're going to bring you. Now you got to stop us. And
so a good defensive set there by the Eagles. Now it's the Bearcats' turn. As the Eagles line up 1st and 10 on their own 25. Jadarius Stevenson there at quarterback. He'll keep the ball. Comes around the right side there as he's brought down. Looks by number 35, Aaron Mace, and 32, Wes McCullough, for a gain of about 8.
You know what, that
maybe 9.
That's basically what they were coming out was the old broken bone.
Yes.
And,
Well, we talked about
played a little option there.
Coach Arlen Pixley. He likes to put the ball in the hands of Stevenson and just let him make plays. This time, Bearcats do a good job of stringing him out, but he still gets a gain of about 4 for a first down.
We get a chance, I'll give you a little bit quick rundown on the starting lineup offensively.
Go ahead with that,
Quarterback
Bill. Sure
number 4, Jadarius Stevenson. Tailback number 5, Rodney Anderson. Fullback number 31, Austin Meese. Wideout number 21, Jamarian Jones. Wideout number 32, Lamont Nelson.
And maybe we'll get the line at the next set.
Yes.
So, okay, again, staying in that broken wishbone. This time handoff met instantly by
right
the Bearcats.
Was
number 64. Great tackle there by Dylan Sandlin.
Basically, is about the only way you're going to stop that option. You better have your quarterback keyed by somebody, your backs keyed by somebody, and you've got to stay with them no matter what if you expect to stop the option offense. Because if you don't, you're going to be hurting.
Keep an eye on Ely there. You see him lined up there. Stevenson keeps it again, this time up the middle. Close to a first down. Got to be a couple out yards short. Brought down by number 24, Jake Cox.
Well, quickly, I'll give you the remaining part of the offensive line. You got tight end number 6, Coney Ely. Center number 60, Thorne Smith. Right guard number 55, Michael Darter. Left guard number 50, Keith Word. Right tackle number 77, Andy Wilkerson. Left tackle number 65, Jacob Kimball. Rounds that out.
3rd and short for the Eagles. Stevenson looking to his right. Crosses the line of scrimmage. Will be for first. There's a flag on the play, though. See, it's brought down by a host of Bearcats.
Well, that's going to be a couple
like
things. I think I saw it might have been a block in the back.
Holding
probably
against
most
the Eagles.
likely holding.
So it is holding against the Eagles. Got to bring that play back. That tackle there was made by number 11, Hunter Bruce. So it'll bring up about 3rd and 9.
Well, there's going to be a telltale right here. Dexter needs
Big
if
stop
they expect
right
to
here.
get this ball back, take a little momentum away from the Eagles, they need to make a stop right here.
Fake the handoff. Stevenson, he's looking to turn it back upfield. Great tackle there. Number 88, Jacob Lee. So it'll bring up 4th and long.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is something we've been seeing all year is the development of the flow to the ball. As, Coach Pixley talked, and that's what you got to have. You got to have your linemen pursuing to the ball. Backside's got to get there.
So Jadarius Stevenson back looking to punt. Jake Cox will be back to receive. Cox brought down immediately at the 30.
And we got a
but
flag
number 24
over here.
Looked like a Jarrett Allen on the tackle.
I think what we may have is a illegal block below the waist.
Yes.
Well, like I was saying, Ed, you're seeing some great flow ball, and you've been seeing it for the last couple games here where Bearcats are flowing better to the ball. And, you got that pursuit angles going, and, it's shutting down some of the speed. That's probably contributed to them winning last week, cutting some of that speed away, keeping it east and west like we discussed earlier.
Yeah. Coach Aaron Pixley talking it over with the referees. Okay, so block below the waist. It's going to back it up. And looks like they'll replay the 4th down.
I got mixed emotions about that.
Yeah, we had decent field position on the 30, but as we also saw, wasn't the best of punts, and Stevenson was struggling a little bit in the warm-ups with that as well. So maybe a similar situation. We're going to gain 10 or 15 yards there.
And the only thing you're taking a chance on, though, is, you were able to field the ball.
Yes.
And you're always giving your receiver a chance to put that ball on the ground. And a lot of coaches won't replay it. They figure, hey, I got the ball, didn't fumble it, let's take it from there.
Yeah, so this time.
But in
okay,
this case,
it's going to be downed by New Madrid. It looked like it was kicked by Ely, but maybe the referees didn't see that, or I just saw it wrong. But it's going to be Bearcat football again, starting with great field position in New Madrid County Central's side of the field there on about the 47-yard line.
Well, in this case, that paid off real well. They gained an extra 20 yards. Smart move. It wasn't that good of a punt, so he just basically backed off, which he should. Soft as the ground. We saw this last week where the ball basically hit the ground, just thuds.
So now there we see the referees do spot the ball at the 45 where we thought it was kicked or touched by the Eagles. This time the ball to Slavings. He gets past the line there. Breaking to the outside. Nice run by Slavings. Gain of about 16 yards to the New Madrid County Central Eagle 29-yard line. Again, we've seen the last few weeks the misdirection, and I'm sure the game film, the Eagles probably might have had their eye first on McCullough. Had 30 carries last week for over 100 yards.
Well, and we seen this last week. All of a sudden, McCullough wasn't running the ball, and all of a sudden, you had threw some other people in the mix there, and really made the game exciting. And
okay, so flag on the play, illegal procedure there on the Bearcats. So this is going to take the 16-yard run away from Slavings, back it up 5 yards, replay first down, 1st and 15 from the 50-yard line.
Yeah, that really hurts. You had a great gain off of that play, and something that
Aaron Mace coming in for Sean Slavings, bring the play in. I formation, McCullough the I back, base fullback. This time to McCullough off the left tackle for a gain of about 5, maybe 6. So he's back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down. Tackle there by number 6, Ely. Glad to have Greg Schwartz with us again this week, unscheduled week. Appreciate him coming down from the big city of Cape, running our camera work with us. Hand off to Slavings again, hit at the line of scrimmage, dives forward for about a yard. Tackle there by number 4, Gadarius Stevenson, quarterback.
Yeah, that was just about a half a block
step
away from probably breaking another 10 yards. It'll be difficult to actually get a long break if, with the speed that the Eagles have. But we've obviously seen where they can knock off 20 yards quite easily if they just get the blocks completed, finish their assignments, and follow through.
I formation. Mills back to pass as he rolls to his right, looking for Wyndham. Again, overthrown, well defended there. Number 32, Lamonte Nelson, as he just blocked that route off from Wyndham, and ball went a little long.
Yeah, we've all seen all year long that any Mills to Wyndham connection can be a very dangerous situation for any team playing them.
So we'll have Dylan Acevedo back to punt. To receive is number 21, Jamaria Jones, for the Eagles. Nice high kick by Acevedo. Ball's going to hit, takes a Bearcat bounce as it rolls down to the 5-yard line. So, again, great job by the Bearcat special teams. And New Madrid County Central found themselves in a deep hole again. Going to have to go a long way to make that first touchdown.
And I watched some college games this weekend. I didn't see a punt better than that in those games.
No.
That was an excellent punt. And I mean, got a nice roll to it, but super punt. I mean, I don't think, I believe he's done a good job all year long anyway in his punting ability.
Handoff there. Instantly handoff there to number 5. Rodney Anderson met at the line of scrimmage by the Bearcats for a loss of 1 on the play.
Well, the Bearcats are playing some aggressive defense up front, Ed, and they're really making the Eagles have to work to get every yard here.
Okay, so Stevenson gets the ball at the line of scrimmage again. Ball handoff to Anderson, number 5. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. So the Bearcats doing very well in between the tackles right now.
Well, I believe the Bearcats are smelling a little blood. They know there's an opportunity here to if they get a stop here and have to force them to punt, they're obviously going to end up with good field position. Yes. And still plenty of time in the first quarter here to put a score up on the board.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, they got to play aggressive defense. You don't want to see a 95-yard run for a touchdown either.
Quick pass out to number 32. He's close to the first down. Lamonte Nelson with the reception and the run to bring up. Got to be about a yard short. So 4th and short, but deep into New Madrid County Central Eagle side of the field. So, well, also we're talking a little bit. We didn't talk much about it in the pregame, but, this is Coach Aaron Pixley, Dexter Bearcats, and his brother, Coach Arlen Pixley across the field for the Eagles. But the last couple of years, it's been the game between the Eagles and the Dexter that decided who went on to play district play. And so Dexter knows how important this game is. The New Madrid knows how important this game is, and so there's really never a problem getting these two teams up to play each other. And it's not just brother-on-brother rivalry or anything like that. These two teams know that whoever wins this game is in the driver's seat for districts.
Well, I've never seen a brother-brother situation like this of opposite sides up until just a few years ago. I only knew of one other than this one. But it's obvious they grew up in a family that really loved football because they both know football.
Very well. Bill, I just saw Mike Burns, new general manager for Missouri, Arkansas, New Wave Communications, up here in the broadcast booth. So hopefully we'll chat with him for a little bit at halftime as we line up 4th and short. They try to get movement. Well, they weren't going to call it, and then they did call it. Flag on the play now. Let's see. Okay, got to be against the Eagles. Not what Coach Arlen Pixley wanted to see by any means. Because now it'll be, instead of 4th and 1 or less, it's got to be 4th and 6.
I kind of wondered if that inside right guard had moved, but I couldn't really tell with the white uniforms, but I thought I saw just enough movement. So, but, Coach Pixley's defensive line been pretty disciplined players.
So
not
now
jumping.
Stevenson's backing up to punt. He'll be punting from his end zone or right about the goal line. Jake Cox deep to receive at about his New Madrid 35-yard line. So, again, the left foot punt is blocked. Trying to get on the ball. Ball still loose. Picked up. Bearcats will have the ball deep in the Eagles territory. Looks like they're going to get the ball maybe on around the 5-yard line.
I think that's about as deep as you can go without getting 6 points.
So tremendous, again, the special teams of the Bearcats getting it done here in the first quarter. So I believe that's the first block punt on the season. So I'll look back to our producer, Tyler Wagner, just to verify. We'll be looking at the stats between now and halftime. Maybe we can get an idea, get a question over to Brett Dorton.
Well, if you watch that replay, Ed, at 4 o'clock on Sunday, I think Coach Pixley had that left side of that line overloaded.
Here we go. Triple I. McCullough gets the ball. So it looks like maybe a gain of 1 or 2. Bring up 2nd and goal from about the 3, maybe 4-yard line.
If I got a kid like Wes McCullough, I'll tell you what, it's 4 downs and him all the way.
Absolutely.
And,
especially when you put Mace and Slavings up there in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a great line that can block. They got a great scheme, counters, anything. You might, Mills might just tuck and go. Seen him make some good runs.
Absolutely. Here we go again. Roll out. Looking for Wyndham deep. Touchdown! Mills to Wyndham. Not the first time we've seen that this year. And the Bearcats, with 2:53 to go in the first quarter, strike first with just a great pass there by Mills and a better catch there by Wyndham.
Well, we've seen that connection all year long with Wyndham and, Summers also with Mills throwing to him. And, hey, they took advantage of an opportunity.
Yes.
You've got to convert on your turnovers, especially in that red zone area, and they did it.
Absolutely.
And I tell you what, Coach Pixley's team has matured and matured and matured over the course of the season, and they're playing great football.
Acevedo with the kick, ball's up. Kick is good, and that extra point was brought to you by Missouri Southern Healthcare, who for over 40 years has taken pride in caring for you and your family, serving the community with 7 medical clinics in Dexter and Bloomfield, specializing in internal medicine, family practice, pediatrics, and general surgery. Missouri Southern Healthcare, hometown healing. Also want to take a moment to remind everybody that we're monitoring the web and the emails. Tell us what you think of the game, or if we're missing something, set it straight. We got sports at yhctv.com. Now, we mentioned our favorite cameraman, Greg Schwartz, earlier. It's not Schwartz, but sports at yhctv.com.
Something we need to point out here and remind everybody that's watching on the webcast and out there in our television viewing audience that, the Eagles are not, a weak team. We're talking, New Madrid County Central that is a strong team and got the winning record to prove it. It says a lot for Dexter to come out here and play a tough game against a very good New Madrid team.
Okay, so Dylan Acevedo will be kicking off for the Bearcats. Eagles have number 21, Jamaria Jones, and number 4, Jadaria Stevenson, deep. Squid kick there, picked up by number 32, Nelson. He's weaves his way through the Bearcat defense. He'd be brought down at the 40. Looks like that tackle was probably there by number 45, Sean Slavings, for the Bearcats.
Yeah, I believe so. He come cutting through there.
Okay, so with 2:48 to go in the first quarter, New Madrid will take over on their own 39-yard line.
Well, this is a point where you don't want to, be relaxed, be happy with a score like this. You want to keep coming at them, keep coming at them.
Oh, there's movement as we saw Hunter Bruce coming in as if he was going to blitz, and New Madrid County Central saw him in the corner of his eyes, and he flinched a little bit. So false start on the Eagles, back them up 5 yards.
Well, when you got a momentum like this going, you're causing the other team to make mistakes. You're causing the team to put the ball on the ground. You're blocking punts. You got to keep them on their heels, keep coming at them. Because a team like New Madrid can come back real fast, put 6 up on the board real fast.
Handoff there, fake to number 5, going to be kept by Stevenson as he turns the corner. And there you see his speed as he goes up the sideline. Finally brought down by number 24, Jake Cox, and number 45, Sean Slavings from behind. Not after a gain of a lot. Be 1st and 10 from about the 17-yard line, 15-yard line.
Well, there was that speed we were talking about. It was a great play action inside there. Really great fake on the mesh. Pulled that pitch. Gone, and then we saw the speed the Eagles have, and down the field they go, and that's where Dexter can't back off.
And the hard count there by the Eagles gets the Bearcats to jump. So offsides on the Bearcats. Or encroachment, I guess, technically, instead of offsides.
I'm not sure what could have happened there. There was no contact made. And he's coming off field. He must have a cramp or something going on, which is unusual this cooler weather. I wouldn't think you'd have the cramps.
Stevenson with the pass out to Ely. So he's looking to turn the corner. Run out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. Jake Cox running him out of bounds there. So looks like going to be a 1st and goal for the Eagles from about the 5-yard line of the Dexter Bearcats.
Well, as I pointed out, the Eagles are a great team. And a sign of a great team like as one that can bounce back from mistakes that they made there early in the first quarter and drive the ball down the field. Dexter's just got to respond, and they've got to keep that aggressive attitude on defense coming. They've got to stay on their keys to stop this.
Stevenson's going to keep it. So he gets a few yards, brought down by number 83 for the Bearcats, Taylor Gerald.
Of course, you look at what happened here. It wasn't the smaller plays. It wasn't the drive. It was, once again, it was the big play. Just one big play put the Eagles in position to possibly put it in the end zone here. So Dexter's got to take that out of the equation here, and they've got to shut down that big play. Force them to play football.
Oh, fumble on the snap, picked up by number 21. So he tries to get outside as he gets around the end, turned back up. He keeps driving. Finally, touchdown for the Eagles. So Jamaria Jones heads up play, picking up the bobble snap there, and just got a couple of steps on him and went right around the outside.
Well, that probably could have been shut off. They, the Eagles' offensive line did a pretty good job responding there. It was kind of broken play. Dexter didn't get a flow back from backside across there. When he's cutting back, there should have been people there. There wasn't, and hey, he was able to take it and convert with it.
Okay, so the Eagles will go for 2. Stevenson lone back. Still look to his right, cuts up, and this is good. So the 2-point conversion brought to you by Missouri Southern Healthcare, who for over 40 years has taken pride in caring for you and your family, serving the community with 7 medical clinics in Dexter and Bloomfield, specializing in internal medicine, family practice, pediatrics, and general surgery. Missouri Southern Healthcare, hometown healing. So with 1:17 to go in the first quarter, New Madrid County Central Eagles take the lead 8-7. Again, as we've been talking for the last couple of minutes, the breakaway run there by Stevenson.
The big play put the Eagles in a great position, and they took advantage of it.
Absolutely.
And they should have. But the thing we have seen the last few weeks is Dexter coming, responding back to a score and not giving up in any way. Matter of fact, I've not seen Dexter give up in any situation all the way to the last second of the games that we've seen, no matter what the score has been. So I expect Dexter to come out here. They will be looking to drive this ball, and they will be looking to put it in the end zone. I guarantee you. This is something that does not take any win out of Dexter, and it hasn't that I've seen at all season.
Bearcats have Jake Cox deep, along with Wes McCullough, and looks like Josh Overall. Then 33, Nick Summers, the up back. Ball will be received there by Overall. He's met by a host of Eagles. Stood up at about the 27-yard line. So the Bearcats will take over with 1:12 to go in the first quarter. 1st and 10 from
Overall.
Well, Dexter needs to come in. Now, they need to take this new series, settle in, run their offense, just pick away, and use up the time and the yardage and get in the end zone. Because, I mean, in a situation where you got speed like this, your best defense is your offense. Hold on to that ball. Keep that ball in field. We saw that last week with Crothersville.
Yes.
They had 6-7 minute drives.
So the I formation, McCullough the I back. Handoff up middle to Sean Slavings. He's going to get about 4. It's Coney Ely on the tackle there, number 6. The clock keeps ticking. See Aaron Mace bring the play in. Slavings to come out. Flag on the play. So offsides. What, we line up in the neutral zone there, Bill?
Must have. That's. Is he saying that Wyndham was in the? They didn't really indicate.
Like he was talking to Ryan, but.
Wyndham was up too far up on the line, but normally they check and they're cleared.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like any of the offensive linemen were in the neutral zone, but they may have been.
Mills brought down by number 4 of the Eagles, Jadarius Stevenson. Again, Stevenson showing his speed on the defense there. He was in the backfield quick.
Yeah, they had a great pass rush off the edge there, and you have to get into that guy. You got to move your feet, work his body, keep him off your quarterback.
Okay, so that ends the first quarter. So after 1 quarter of play, it's 8-7 in favor of the New Madrid County Central Eagles. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching live Dexter Bearcat football on YAC TV.
And folks, if you've not been to the Winchester Place, come in and take a look at this facility. You don't know what you have missed.
We are very proud of this facility. A lot of people do not realize we're here, what we can offer to them, and what a facility we have. And we would like to have people come by anytime and tour us. You won't find a better place to live or better staff to take care of you anywhere southeast Missouri. I'll guarantee it.
We are located at 400 Winchester Drive. Come down Bowman, and we sit on the corner of Bowman and Winchester.
I'm a full-time wife and mom, and I also work as a substitute teacher. You can see why it seems impossible to get a college degree, but with Southeast Missouri State University's regional campuses, it really is within my reach. I can get a degree without leaving my hometown, and that's important when you have a family. Getting a college degree isn't easy, but Southeast makes it convenient.
Okay, we're back. It's, Coach Pixley getting final word there with his team as you see the Eagles coming back out onto the field. So again, start of the second quarter. New Madrid County Central Eagles on top, 8-7. Dexter Bearcats with the ball. Be 3rd and 12 from the 19, from the Bearcat 19-yard line. We just got handed our first quarter stats by our good friend Brett Dorton. We'll be calling those off here shortly. So from the shotgun, Mills back, trips right, looks right, hands off to McCullough, met quickly by number 34, to Adrian Grissom for the Eagles, short of the first down. So it's going to be 4th and long.
Well, certainly in a punt situation here, you want to try to back up the Eagles as far back as you can. That was a nice thing. They put the trips out there wide side of the field, gave that pass look and tried to. They probably came pretty close to getting that off.
Dylan Acevedo back with the punt.
Got a good punt with a roll.
Ball will be down by number 89, Nate Watkins. So the Eagles will take over with great field position this time, just their side of the 50-yard line. Some of our first quarter stats. First downs, New Madrid County Central led, four first downs to 1 for the Bearcats. Rushing yards, New Madrid 84, about 70 of that on one play. Bearcats had 17 yards rushing. Then passing, it looks like 17 yards for the Eagles, 4 for the Bearcats. Time of possession, again, in favor of the Eagles, 7 minutes to just over 4 minutes for the Bearcats. So this time Stevenson hands off to Ely. He shows his speed around the far side of the field for a gain of about 18. Tackle there by number 24, Jake Cox. So really, although the Bearcats on the board first and right in this ball game, not a lot of offense needed thanks to the special teams play in the first quarter by the Bearcats.
Well, I'm sure Coach Pixley probably was explaining the offensive line. Look, you've got to give Mills some times. You've got to pick up that edge rusher and cannot allow Mills
Stevenson
to be
back,
sitting
he hands
there.
the ball off there again to Nelson. As he comes around the near side, brought down by number 45, Sean Slavings. Excuse me, that's Jamaria Jones, not Nelson, number 21, on that run. So now then the Eagles start to show a little bit of that speed.
Well, Dexter's not coming up there closing off that end and, bubbling that play. You got to bubble that. You got to come up. You got to bubble that back. You got to force that to go east and west, or you're going to have that. They turn that corner, you're in trouble with any kind of speed.
Okay, so not exactly sure if it's going to be a first down or not. Officials want to measure. Sure, I want to remind everybody again, let us know what you think of the game, how you're enjoying it. You can reach us at sports@yhctv.com. Those of you watching at the moment, you see the email address there on your screen, whether it be on your television screen or your monitor if you're catching us via the webcast. We're live here at Charles Bland Stadium at Dexter High School.
I'd really like to hear some. We had a great response last week on the emails. Love to hear some more.
Had just a lot of fun talking with everybody and getting some words of encouragement, if you want to call it that. A few buddies chiming in with their words of wisdom. So first down for the Eagles from the Bearcat 21. Stevenson looking to pass. He had Jamaria Jones wide open. Ball hit the hands, just couldn't be corralled in. It looked like maybe Jones was thinking 6. He looked real quick right before he brought that ball in. And
well, the kind of speed that
one of those he wish he had back.
Yeah, the kind of speed the Eagles had, and at the position he was in, if he caught that, all he had done was just a little pivot turn. He'd probably been in the end zone at that time. So, Dexter tried to get some pressure on there, and that may even been why the ball wasn't a catchable ball. May have been poorly thrown too.
2nd and 10. Stevenson again looking to pass. Ball a little low. Again, the intended target was Jamaria Jones.
I saw something there very dangerous, and I've actually seen that in my career on that little flip pass. If you that defensive end coming off of there, he just about had it. And I've seen some people actually pick those off. You do that, that's about 60 yards and nobody there to catch you. Got to kind of slow them up just a little bit. Now you got movement out there on the wide out.
Offsides on the Eagles. Now, Bill,
Yeah,
I guess maybe
Coney
I missed
early,
something. They're
yeah.
showing a 2nd down, but since the 1st down, we've had 2 incomplete passes. Wouldn't that make it 3rd down?
Well, Coney Ely, I should say, he got a little excited. I think he knew he was going to probably run a post or deep slant and was probably thinking 6 points already, and he just took off. Unless they changed up the snap count and he wasn't aware of it.
Referees are getting it straight. It is 3rd down.
The Bearcats need to come after him here. They got to play some tough defense. You got twins both sides.
Need a big stop here. Stevenson again looking to pass, dumps it off in the flat to
Come up
number
and meet
5.
him.
Rodney Anderson, again showing that speed as he turns upfield, back to about the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 2 or 3 over that, so it's going to be a 4th and about 6 from about the 16-yard line.
Yeah, it's definitely 4th down territory, obviously. And the Bearcats just got to turn up the heat here. They need to turn up the heat, or the Eagles are going to take advantage of it. They're spreading the Bearcats out. They're back in that split back look.
So 4
Shotgun.
straight pass plays by the Eagles. Not surprised.
Ball on the ground.
So recovered by Sean Slaving. So.
Well, that's a fine example right there. When you're running the option, even if you think the quarterback's going to keep, you got to keep your eye on that, because that's what the option's all about.
Yes.
Is the last split second pitch out, and you got to be ready for that. You can't let that ball go on the ground.
Okay, so
which they did.
So with 9:43 to go here in the second quarter, the Bearcats are going to take over on their own 21-yard line. Hand off there to McCullough. Sees Matt at the line of scrimmage. Gain of maybe 1.
I'm not sure how they could actually call any kind of encroachment off the defensive or offensive line, because they're almost helmet to helmet, I think, down there. We got a pretty good football game going here, and hopefully people are taking advantage of the webcast and also here on YHC TV. And
again, the handoff to McCullough as he goes off that right tackle. Gain of another couple. Going to bring it 3rd and about 6. That's Grissom on the tackle for the Eagles, number 34.
Well, Bearcats came out and showed a little bit of what we saw last week, also with that unbalanced look. That's what I like. I've said this again and again. Coach Pixley, I just like what he throws out there. You just don't know what might be shown. And the thing is, they can run everything he puts out there very efficiently.
Mills, quick drop.
That's a
Pass
free ball.
Intercepted by number 21. So he's brought down by number 32, Wes McCullough. But Jamaria Jones, ball deflected, and hauled in the interception. And he was, again, about a half a block from turning an interception into a touchdown, it looked like. But
well, Bearcats find themselves in a situation they got to force a 3 and out here, basically probably where they're at on field position.
Yeah,
4 and out
yes,
now. Sir. And they really cannot put themselves in a position to allow them to get a first down here. So they've got to play some tough defense.
Okay, New Madrid Eagles take a timeout. We're going to hear a quick word from our sponsors. Again, we're watching live Dexter Bearcat football on YAC TV.
At MHJ Insurance Agency, you are a valued customer and friend. We still believe in old-fashioned service and can help with all your insurance needs. Auto, home, boat, business, farm, life and health, just to name a few. Protecting your hard-earned assets is no child's play. We'll work hard to find you the best coverage at the best price. MHJ Insurance Agency, modern technology with old-fashioned service. Free quotes, free service.
Right now, Case IH is offering 0% for 60 months plus 0 down on any Farmall tractor. Or 0 payments for 6 months.
Or
a free loader worth up to $6,000.
Or
buy the loader and finance the whole package at 0%.
And how do I know if Farmall is right for me?
We have models ranging from 31 to 105 horsepower. They're great for tons of applications.
Like?
Livestock farms.
Keep going.
Poultry, horses, golf courses,
no.
Stadiums, highway mowing,
no.
landscaping.
Yes.
See your Case IH dealer, Baker Implement Company, with 9 convenient locations.
Okay, we're back. Again, first and 10 from the Bearcat 31 for the Eagles. 8:14 to go here in the second quarter. Stevenson again with the pitch out there. Number 5, Anderson. Great run by Anderson. Finally hauled down by the Bearcats.
Well, what I saw out there,
you
had they had the key on the quarterback, but someone forgot their key on that pitch man, and you can't do that.
So first and goal from the 7. Stevenson looking to pass. So he takes it on his own. Met by 2 Bearcats at the goal line. Stevenson just crashes over for another touchdown, Eagles. So 7:50 to go in the second quarter. Eagles now on top 14-7. So we'll see if they're going to line up to kick it or if they're going to go for 2 again. Looks like they'll be going for 2. Stevenson looking to pass. Pass intended for number 21, Jamaria Jones, but that 2-point conversion is not good. But it was brought to you by Missouri Southern Healthcare, who for over 40 years has taken pride in caring for you and your family, serving the community with 7 medical clinics in Dexter and Bloomfield, specializing in internal medicine, family practice, pediatrics, and general surgery. That's Missouri Southern Healthcare, hometown healing. So let us know what you're thinking about the game. Email us at sports@yhctv.com. So with 7:50 to go in the second quarter, New Madrid County Central Eagles on top, 14-7.
Well, you know that them stopping that 2-point conversion is obvious. That was huge. You know, I mean, this keeps it to a 1-score situation for Dexter. They've gotten that up there, and then they're looking at 2-score possession, or 2-possession scoring situation. So, Dexter's got to come out. They got to regroup here. They got to stay focused. Usually Dexter, you always see that strong second quarter, first half finish.
Yep.
So I really expect Dexter to come out here, regroup, get a drive going, maybe even see, some of the plays like we saw there in the first quarter, getting some nice passes, nice long break runs, and get some points up on that board and try to, tie this thing up before halftime.
Okay, so for the Eagles, it's Michael Darter back to kick. It's going to be received by Wes McCullough. He picks the ball up, turns upfield, puts his head down, and he's met by a host of Eagles right about the 20-yard line, maybe the 21. Looked like number 54 led that tackle, Jonathan Connor, for the Eagles. Okay, 7:44 to go in the second quarter. Plenty of time for the Bearcats to really get into a good rhythm here and finish out the quarter with a score. It's got I formation, McCullough the I back. Hand off to the fullback Slavings. See grounds are away for a couple of yards. See brought down by number 70, Brandon Evans for the Eagles.
Well, we kind of had there, a trap play going on, and your trap man just didn't get up into that hole good enough to get that, get the defensive player out of the way, and there just really wasn't nowhere to run at the time. So.
It's time to hand off to Nick Summers, who's met at the line of scrimmage. But number 54, Jonathan Connor for the Eagles.
They trap back to the right side again, but I think the trap man, unless his assignment's second person shows his face, but you had penetration right through the A gap. Probably the defensive lineman reducing down, playing it smart and reducing down in there. just basically meeting up with the ball carrier. Well, this is a huge down here. Dexter really needs to convert this, get a first down.
Pro set. Pump and go, just overthrown Juan Wyndham, about a yard long. Wyndham defended there by number 21, Jamaria Jones. So it's a good-looking pass, just a little overthrown out of the outstretched hands of Wyndham. Brings up a 4th down, 4th and 8 from about the 24-yard line. So we'll see Dylan Acevedo back to punt.
Well, you got an overload over here on the left side of the offensive line. They're going to come after this ball.
Botch snap. Dylan gets up, takes off, stumbles, so he's brought down at the 5-yard line. So it looked like, as you said, the Eagles wanted to get that block punt back that the Bearcats took on them in the first quarter. So with 6:10 to go in the second quarter, the Eagles leading 14-7. Miscue on the Bearcats puts the Eagles in just great, you can't say much better, field possession at the Bearcat 5-yard line.
About what Dexter really needs to happen now is just to play some hard-nosed football and try to create a turnover. Get that ball back this deep just to slow them up right now.
Absolutely. I would expect to see Stevenson, but he's going to look to pass. Good rush there by the Bearcats. Stevenson dumps it across the middle and intended for Coney Ely, but just couldn't make the completion. See, our good friend Scott Nelson just joined us up here in the press box. So, celebrity night. Scott Nelson with Montgomery Bank, Michael Burns with New Wave Communications. Got Tyler Wagner, of course, with YHC TV producing this production this evening. It's always good to see the big names in town come up and say hi to the big guy behind YHC TV and Tyler Wagner. Okay, so Stevenson's just going to lob it up there. Can't defend against Ely. And he throws it right over his shoulder. He catches it, brings it in. So for another touchdown for the New Madrid County Central Eagles. So with 6:01 to go in the second quarter, New Madrid on top, 20-7.
That's just a nice little fade to the corner, just pure timing. They know exactly where it's going to be. They've probably done that probably at least 1,000 times this year.
Absolutely. I mean, Ely, he's the tallest player on the field.
Yep,
you lob it over his shoulder and put it up there where
out to the
only he can catch it. And so now the Eagles will go for 2. Look for them to Stevenson's misdirection, go back to the weak side. Snuffed out well by the Bearcats. So that's number 88 on the tackle, Jacob Lee. Handoff there was to Meese, number 31. So it's 6:01 to go. 2-point conversion, no good, but it was brought to you by Missouri Southern Healthcare, who for over 40 years has taken pride in caring for you and your family, serving the community with 7 medical clinics in Dexter and Bloomfield, specializing in internal medicine, family practice, pediatrics, and general surgery. That's Missouri Southern Healthcare, hometown healing. So let us know what you think about that failed 2-point conversion. Email us at sports@yhctv.com. So you see the Dexter Bearcats getting some rallying instructions here to receive the kickoff. 6:01 to go in the first half. Bearcats trailing 20-7 to the New Madrid County Central Eagles. There you see the email address, sports@yhctv.com. Let us know what you think of the game. We're not quite advanced enough to say we'll get some information or some tips down to Coach Pixley just yet, but if you shoot us an idea, we'll do our best to yell down at him and see what he thinks of it. We got access maybe to Coach Brian Becker up here at the press box, but we know we got a lot of great Dexter Bearcat football fans, astute football colleagues watching this evening, so let us know.
Dexter's facing a situation here. There's plenty of time, the amount of drive here, Ed. They're just going to have to cut out the mistakes, the turnovers, and play some. Get back to playing some sound football like they've been doing there in the first quarter here.
Okay, so McCullough's going to scoop the ball up, puts his head down, protects the ball well, and grinds it out past the 30. So good run by McCullough. brought down by number 50, Keith Word. So with 5:53 to go here in the second quarter, I guess if you're trying to look for a positive on a miscue, when you let the opponent get the ball at your 5-yard line, it doesn't take a whole lot of time for them to put it in the end zone, so you get the ball back quickly.
Actually, really
plenty of time to get back on the score, and we can go into halftime here down to touchdown.
Yeah, you turn that ball over inside that red zone area. That's very difficult. I mean, because you're looking at 4-down territory, and it's really difficult to
so there's a pass
slow
from
a team
Mills
down in 20 yards.
Complete to Summers. He came back, tried to turn it back up the middle. Gain of about 6, maybe 7 for the Bearcats. So it'll be second and short.
Because in 20
just
yards,
a good-looking play there.
Yeah, that was great there. See, now they're getting themselves out of there. But like what you were talking about earlier, you only give an opponent 20 yards to drive the ball or less. It's just that much less area to make a mistake.
Yes.
Now you get them out there about the 40 or the 50, and it's a little different. You have a chance to actually adjust and slow them down.
Ely looking to blitz. Handoff to Sean Slavings, who turns it up past that off left tackle there. Grinds it out for about a 15-yard gain and a first down into the New Madrid County Central end of the field, about their 49-yard line. So just a great strong run there by Slavings.
Well, once again, this is just like Dexter right here. It's not a team to give up. They're coming right back. They're attacking you. They're going to find the niche that's going to work, and they're going to keep pounding at you. They do not give up. They're in a good situation. They put another 6 up on the board and convert on the extra point. It's still a solid ball game here.
Handoff to McCullough there from the shotgun. Gain of about 5, maybe 6. Looks like going to be 5.
If we
brought down by number 34, that being DeAdrian Grissom for the Eagles.
If you think about it, Ed, Dexter's really was only 2 passes away of being in the same position that the Eagles are right now.
Yes.
That barely missing on that Summers, had an opportunity, and Wyndham.
And then the
that ball's in the
pass
end zone,
resulted in the interception.
And they're up by 2 touchdowns.
So Mills rolls right, looking for Wyndham, goes deep there to just overthrown Hunter Bruce, number 11. But Hunter got a couple of steps on the defender there, just couldn't haul the pass in.
Well, that was a good decision by Mills. He was the one receiver had at least about a good 4 or 5 steps up on his defender, and just could not get it in there.
Mills faked the handoff this time as he runs for a first down across the 40 to about the New Madrid County Central 37, 38-yard line. First down, Bearcats, so just nice play there by Mills.
I'm not sure we've actually seen that play. I don't think we've actually seen that play.
We have not.
How that formation set. I think that's what pretty well took everybody out of it.
Well, we get the ball to McCullough so often it faked. I mean, it even faked out our great cameraman Greg Schwartz. So
we've
sorry
seen
for
Mills
those at
keep
home
the
not
ball.
seeing all that play develop.
Yeah, we've seen Mills keep the ball before, but not
this
how
time
that's set like that.
Fumble. Got to be recovered by Ely for the Eagles. So Slaving's trying to break free from the grasp and does so, but without the football as it hits the ground. So with 3:47 to go here in the first half, turnover by the Bearcats. And Eagles are going to have it in relatively good position at their own 45-yard line. Plenty of time for this speedy Eagle offense.
Well, Dexter's going to have to come out here. They've got to make a stop here. They've got to make a stand. They cannot allow the Eagles to drive this down the field if they want to stay in this game. And they've got to make a statement here.
Stevenson looking to pass it. He dumps it across the middle. Bounced off 21 and almost recovered by number 80. Or excuse me, number 24.
I mean, that ball was all over the place. Looked like a pinball machine on that one. And almost basically got knocked down there right before he even got out of the quarterback's hands. But, they got to focus. They got to stay on these keys. That was a good job by Dexter defense, and they got to redo that. They got to get back to where that enthusiasm, and if they want any chance at all to stop the Eagles.
So with 3:40 to go, 2nd and 10. This time they'll hand the ball off. Stevenson faked the handoff and kept it himself, where he's met by number 88 and number 35, that being Jacob Lee and Aaron Mace. Sees tackle for a loss.
Well, in a situation like that, Ed, if you're playing a true defense against the option, your defensive end is responsible for that quarterback. He's got to come flat down that line, no more than about a foot deep into the backfield, and he's got to be heads up, and he's got to take that quarterback no matter what. And in that situation, he did, and it
this
caused
time
a
the
stop.
handoff, number 21, as he was wrapped up in the backfield, but broke free down the sideline. Finally hauled down by number 10. Nope. As he reaches out, touchdown. Number 21, Jamaria Jones for the Eagles. So as he reached out, okay, maybe they bring it back. It's not going to be a touchdown, but it is going to be a first down on the Dexter 1-yard line or 2-yard line. So just great effort there by Jones. Again, he was wrapped up in the backfield, just could not be brought down by the Bearcats. And when he spun free, he saw open field there on the far side and just went down that sideline. So with 2:49 to go, Bearcats or the Eagles knocking again. Well, they're not knocking; they're pounding on the door here.
Well, the Dexter had a chance to stop him back there, and they just didn't follow through with the tackles. You're not getting a flow to the ball to help out.
The handoff.
And
there, handoff again to number 32, Lamonte Nelson. Bearcats had an opportunity to get him for a loss, but just couldn't bring him down.
Yeah, you got speed.
So
like
touchdown,
that. Yeah.
New Madrid County Central Eagles with 2:44 to go in the half, now leading 26-7.
Well, somebody's got to step up. They got to get a flow to the ball to stop that speed. You just can't let it get going here. It turns that corner. It's just what you see there. It's very hard to stop. And
so the Eagles again will go for two. We got Jimmy Ash in for quarterbacking now for the Eagles. He looks to the right, looking to pass. Knocked down the number 10, Nick Summers. Good defense there by Gary Summers, by the Bearcats. That two-point conversion attempt brought to you by Missouri Southern Healthcare, who for 40 years has taken pride in caring for you and your family, serving the community with 7 medical clinics in Dexter and Bloomfield, specializing in internal medicine, family practice, pediatrics, and general surgery. That's Missouri Southern Healthcare, hometown healing. So 2:44 to go. Bearcats will get the ball back in the half, trailing 26-7.
Well, the best situation for Dexter right now, they're going to have to put together a drive really fast. They've got to start utilizing those great ends that they have. They got some great receivers out there, but they need to put 7 or 6 up on the board and convert on the extra point to even get them back in this game before going in at halftime.
Yep.
They've got to do that. And they've got to stay completely focused. And we have seen the Bearcats put together great 2-minute drives before, to put points up. And this is something they've got to do. If not, you're allowing the opponent to dictate the game, and that's a hard situation to come back to.
There's the kick, covered by number 30 there, Josh Overall. Short return. He's met by 3 different Eagles, I believe. Led by number 54, Connor, for the Eagles. So with 2:39 to go in the first half, Bearcats take over on their own 34-yard line. Again, plenty of time for that Bearcat offense to get something done before the half. Shut this and.
Oh, certainly. They put together 2-minute drives before. Last week we saw one, and This is where they really got to come after him here. And they're setting pretty good. They're setting on about 35-yard line, 65-yard drive, and a little more than 2 minutes. That's plenty of time.
Timeout Bearcats. Coach Aaron Pixley saw something you want to talk about. We're going to take a quick break, get a word from our sponsors. You're watching live Dexter Bearcat football on YAC TV, Channel 21.
At Bagby Investment Consultants, we provide 3 main services to our clients. Investment management. You will have access to first-class institutional investment managers from around the world. Investment advice. We have 3 investment advisors with a combined experience of over 48 years. Financial planning. Our financial planners and paraplanner can help you with your retirement, college, estate, and tax planning needs. Come learn about the difference we can make. Let us help you reach for your dreams.
At Allen Christian and Dexter, customer satisfaction is our #1 concern before and after the sale. With my dad, my brothers, and our experienced sales staff, your buying experience will be made simple.
We'll get you the right vehicle at the right price.
Our selection of Buick, Pontiac, and GMC is second to none. Take a look at our inventory online, or even better, right here on the lot.
Plus, after the sale, we will take care of all your service needs.
With over 50 years of experience, you'll like the way we do business at Allen Christian and Dexter.
Okay, we're back. Again, 2:39 to go here in the second quarter. 1st and 10 from the Bearcat 34-yard line. McCullough, the lone back. And there, number 51 just comes right. Matt Hunter came right across, right through the line of scrimmage, untouched, and just walked into the backfield with Ben Mills there and sacked.
Well, they basically just blitzed. They blitzed both A gaps, and that's hard to stop.
Sure, Coach Aaron Pixley hates to see that after a timeout, but
well, you got your nose guard, you got your defensive nose guard hitting the center there, and then you're splitting the A gaps and attacking your guards.
Illegal procedure on the Bearcats, back them up another 5 yards. So instead of a 2nd and 19, be 2nd and 24 from the Bearcat 21-yard line. 1:58 to go here in the first half. Slavings, the lone back. As he is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage by number 70, Brandon Evans. Again, Slaving's about a half a step shy of breaking that for a nice game. Just a great effort there by Evans for the Eagles. Bring up 3rd and 24. The clock continues to tick. Now within under a minute and a half to go here in the half. Mills back to pass. He's looking.
Wyndham
goes deep to
open.
Wyndham. Intercepted by number 27. As he steps out of bounds. Great, well read there by number 27, Shelby Comer. Pass hauled in. Right after the interception, he steps out of bounds. So with 1:10 to go in the second quarter, in the first half, Eagles will get the ball back on their own 42-yard line. Stevenson back in at quarterback. So he looks the field over. Pass a little low, intended for number 32, Lamonte Nelson. So the incomplete pass will stop the clock with 1:07 to go here in the first half. Stevenson with the keeper. He's met in the backfield, brought down by the Bearcats. Number 83, Taylor Gerald on the tackle. So we have a timeout, Eagles. So 59 seconds to go. New Madrid Eagles. We're going to keep the action right here. So Bill, 59 seconds to go, 3rd and 10 for the Eagles. Key here, I guess, is the stop. We certainly don't want to allow another score before the half, because I believe the Eagles will get the ball back to start the third quarter.
Yeah, certainly. Even a chance, stopping them here, getting the ball back, like you said, and airing it out. It's obvious Mills has got the arm to do it, and he does have a couple of fine receivers that can catch it. It only takes one play to score, so it's not to say we've seen Dexter do it in the very beginning. And, they just had a little bit of a couple things happen that took them out of the position to score again, or this it quite easily be a 26-21 game here. So they just got to stay focused. They've got to stay focused. That's the main thing. And they're going to have to start finishing out what they start.
Yes.
And I'm sure that'll be a theme in the halftime locker room. No more mistakes. Let's finish your assignments. Pick up your guys that you're responsible for, and let's complete this. Finish everything out. Finish.
Okay, so again, 3rd and 10, just under a minute to play here in the second quarter. Stevenson, a different offensive set there. So he had all the linemen on the right side and the receivers on the left, and then Stevenson just runs it to the weak side for a first down. Gain of right about 11.
They used to call that a little bit like a circus, is what they have called that before. You can either go with a straight line or you can go with a group.
It's not a first down, 4th down in inches. 35 seconds to go in the quarter. Stevenson looking to pass. He dumps it across the middle there to number 32 with the reception, Lamonte Nelson. Good pass there from Stevenson. He's brought down by 24, Jake Cox for the Dexter Bearcats. 1st and 10, 26 seconds to go. Ball will be set on the Bearcat 27-yard line. The clock continues to tick. It's about 6 second difference, timeout, New Madrid, with 26 seconds to go here in the half. Be their final timeout. Well, let us know what you think of the first half. You can email us at sports@yhctv.com. We just heard from Toby Gino. Toby, we appreciate you letting us know the picture looks good in Malden and the sound is great. So there you see the email address there on your screen or monitor, depending on how you're waiting to see us this evening. But sports@yhctv.com. Let us hear from you over halftime. We'd love to talk about it a little bit. As we're going to take a break, we will not be seeing the marching Bearcats today, so there will be a short pause during halftime activities. We see there Dexter Bearcats getting instruction from the coach as the Eagles scurry back out to the line of scrimmage. Okay, let's see what we can get done here, Bill. We certainly definitely need a stop.
Yeah, they certainly do. They don't want them to knock off another score before halftime.
So going deep. Hauled in by Ely. Great catch by Coney Ely. So they're calling it a touchdown. So touchdown New Madrid County Central with 19 seconds to go. Score now is 32-7 in favor of the Eagles, as they'll go for a 2-point conversion, I'm almost certain, as they have with the previous 4 touchdowns they scored this evening.
Yeah, you really didn't want something like that to happen, not with there's just a few seconds left in that first half.
So it's good, well defended, I thought, there by Nate Watkins. Again, when Ely is such a tall target, they air that ball up where only he can go up and get it.
Yeah,
and he just did a great jump and hauled that.
I mean, that's something you see every weekend in the pros and
college,
and in the college especially.
So Stevenson turns to his left, and he's going to take it to the corner as he good on the two-point conversion. So with 19 seconds to go, it'll be 34-7 in favor of the Eagles. That two-point conversion brought to you by Missouri Southern Healthcare, who for over 40 years has taken pride in caring for you and your family, serving the community with 7 medical clinics in Dexter and Bloomfield, specializing in internal medicine, family practice, pediatrics, and general surgery. That's Missouri Southern Healthcare, hometown healing.
Well, that really does hurt a little bit, and can take a little bit of air out of you. Right now, Dexter needs to just focus on, after receiving this ball, retaining it, no turnover with a few seconds left. Take this into halftime, do a little regrouping, come back out, and try to get something going.
So it'll be number 55 again, Michael Darter. Back to kick for the Eagles. Again, Jake Cox deep for the Bearcats, along with Wes McCullough and Josh Overall. Then we'll have Nick Summers as the up back. Squib kick. Covered there by Overall. So he heads right up the middle. So he'll pound it out to right almost the 40-yard line, the 39 of the Dexter Bearcats. So he was brought down by number 70. Again, Brandon Evans, and also number 81, Logan Caines. Logan Caines, for the Eagles, you may have seen him trot off the field there, but he's listed at 5'7" and 265, and a wide receiver and cornerback. So we think we might have a slight typo on our program.
That'd be
there.
the thinnest 265 I've ever seen.
He hides it well. And the Bearcats will just down it there, and that's going to be the end of the first half. As the clock ticks off, 8 seconds, 7. So after the first half of play here at Charles Bland Stadium, the Dexter New Madrid County Central Eagles on top 34-7. We're going to take a quick break, hear a word from a couple of our sponsors, and then we'll be right back with some halftime stats.
Welcome to a local banking experience at First National Bank. At First National Bank, we're committed to finding the best solution for all your banking needs. We use local deposits to make local loans, investing in our communities. We've been in business for over 40 years, and keeping your money safe is our priority. With locations in Malden, Clarkton, Kennett, and Dexter, Missouri. First National Bank, committed to our local communities.
Okay, we're back. Again, thank you, Brett Dorton, handed us the halftime stats there. But first, we had the opportunity to introduce you to Mike Burns. Mike is the new general manager for Missouri and Arkansas region here with New Wave Communication. He's been in town in Dexter now for about 3 months, going on 4.
Right.
But we haven't had a chance to put him out in front of the public as much as we'd like. So thanks, Mike, for coming down to the football game.
Thanks, Ed, for the invitation.
Great, and we're not quite seeing the outcome we'd like to have seen from the Bearcats, but the Eagles are getting some things done tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, the Bearcats are having a little bit of a tough go, but
yes,
there's always the second half.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Well, and our viewers who are loyal viewers, they'll recall that a couple weeks ago we had a Jim Gleason here at halftime when Sykeston was in town, and I'll tell you, the outcome wasn't a whole lot different than what it is right now. So we might have to quit inviting the New Wave guys to the football game. But either way, Mike, one thing we talked about at that time, again, is how proud we are here at New Wave Communications, along with the help with YHC TV, to be able to bring local hometown sports, in this case football, to our viewers and to the community.
Right. It's a great partnership to be able to work with YHC TV. And, if you want to come out to the game, it's a great night for football. If you want to stay home and enjoy the comfort of your home, you can do that and still see the ball game.
Absolutely. And also through the work of the internet, and YHCTV.com, out there with your New Wave Communications internet. You can also see the game on the webcast, but that's not just limited as YAC TV is limited to New Wave Communications cable system. The internet's World Wide Web. That's what the WWW is all about. And so people all across the nation have been able to take part of Dexter Bearcat Nation and seeing the football games. I know you were able to take a look at us a few weeks back over your home there at Dalton, Georgia. Till you get back over here, we've heard from people in Oregon, Mexico, New Mexico, down in Florida, Puerto Rico, Kansas, Illinois, Arkansas. Last week people here just on the outskirts of Dexter. So it's just a great thing that the small town operator, you can't get that from the dish networks.
No,
either
you
it be
can't.
DirecTV or Dish Network. They're not going to be able to bring this type of opportunity to the hometown, to the community. So we're just really proud to be a part of that and your help with doing that. So also we got a few new things happening with New Wave Communications. You want to touch on those just a little bit?
Yes, we do. A couple of things. We just launched TBS in high definition for all the baseball fans. Now you can really get that feeling of being there at the stadium. Unfortunately, our Cardinals were put out a little early, but there's still a lot of good games on that. And the other thing that we're really excited about is we're going to be increasing our internet speed.
Yes, sir.
People are always asking, when can I get more? When can I go faster? And we'll soon have 15 megabyte download speeds available, so you can surf the web even faster. And it gives you more shopping opportunities, more gaming opportunities, and just gives you a more robust experience on our broadband network.
Absolutely. And so, and again, we've been talking about that and through the help of YHC through the summer, and we're in the finals testings of that, looking to launch that right about the 1st of November.
Right.
So that's just great and exciting stuff for our customers and those in our area. So cutting edge, we're not waiting for the competition to catch up. New Wave Communications making a commitment to stay out in the forefront of telecommunications here in southeast Missouri and northeast Arkansas. It's amazing. We can go visit friends in St. Louis, or you can visit friends in Memphis, Tennessee, and just kind of talk with them a little bit about their cable service or their internet service, and they cannot get what our customers here in Dexter, but even like in the smaller towns of Risco and Parma, a 10 megabyte getting ready to be a 15 megabyte is twice as fast as what they're seeing from providers in the largest cities.
Right. And at New Wave, we specialize in serving smaller communities. And when you think about a community of a few hundred people that have a 15 megabyte speed coming along, you get the opportunity to watch Dexter High School football via our fiber optic network. It's interesting. When we were out here in the summer in the hot weather laying fiber optic cable, and you finally see it come to fruition on nice cool Friday nights, it really makes it all worthwhile. And that's just our commitment to bring the absolute best and latest products to our communities.
Sure thing, and you said it great. New Wave Communications, that's our mission statement. We're not out going after the large cities or even the larger urban areas.
Right.
We're a non-urban, rural provider, and we're bringing world-class services to those communities. I mean, we are connecting Risco, Missouri, Parma, Missouri, with the world via the internet. We can bring them high-quality vision through our high-definition stations, and so, you watch Discovery and things like that, you're seeing the Galapagos Islands or whatever, and Schwartz likes the big turtles. We always like to talk about those a little bit.
We've got to plug in for those.
Absolutely. But it's just an exciting time with New Wave Communications, not only here in Dexter, but throughout the region.
Yes, it is.
Well, we're going to take another quick break from our sponsors as we finalize our stats, and Bill Straw will be back to help out with those. Mike, thanks much for being here.
Thanks, Ed.
And I just want to quickly remind everybody also, we'll be back here next Friday as the Prairieville Pirates are coming to town. Again, you're watching Dexter High School football live on YAC TV.
Hey, welcome back to Dexter Bearcat football at halftime, and we want to bring to you the halftime stats right now. And Ed, just looking at this, it is a little obvious. First downs, New Madrid Eagles have 13 of the Bearcats 3. Obviously, it's been really, when you have such a diversity between first downs like that, it really shows who's controlling it. But just looking down through here, net yards, 201 net yards rushing to 10 net yards rushing by the Bearcats. Passing-wise, 77-12. The Eagles, of course, and but if you look down here also, total offensive plays is 31-30. Eagles up by 1, but that's something we had talked about during the game, on the big plays, and plus the fact that Eagles had come up with a short field on several occasions, which didn't require long, lengthy drives. He had 2 short fields and 1 big play, netting about 45, 50 yards off of that 1 play. So it's where the Bearcats have actually had drives and converting on one of them, but then having the mistakes of interception on one and fumble on another, and not able to convert on those. But switching over to some individual stats, with the Eagles rushing-wise, leading rusher is Jadarius Stevenson with 92 yards. Jamaria Jones with 66 yards. And following him was Rodney Anderson with 24 and Ely with 19. Passing-wise, Stevenson had a total of 77 yards, 2 touchdowns. And receiving-wise was Ely with the leading receiver with 41 yards with 2 touchdowns. And jumping back over to the Dexter Bearcats, of course we have Wesley McCullough on top usually, but kind of a different situation we've had before. He only has 23 net yards.
Yeah.
And normally he has a 100-plus game by halftime.
Yeah, just totally different from last week. 30 carries, 120-plus yards, and 7 carries, 23 yards. Sean Slaving, 7 carries, 22 yards. Not much difference there.
And same thing with with the passing. Ben Mills usually has some pretty good stats by halftime. He's got 12 total yards, 1 touchdown though. Ryan Wyndham usually and Gary Summers usually have some pretty good stats by half. So it still goes back to the fact. Dexter has had the drives. They've had 30 plays compared to Eagles 31, but the Eagles has had the ball more often. But like I said, with the short field situation and the big plays, they've been able to capitalize on the Dexter Bearcats' mistakes. One thing we have seen, the Dexter Bearcats have never lost pride coming in, into a second half, being down. So, I do look for the Bearcats to come out and start playing some football again. And, I always look at it this way. If one team can score that many in one half, then the other team can also. So it's just going to come down to some pride, some focus, and get back into their game.
Okay, so we got about 30 seconds to go before we have the second half kick. Want to remind you that kickoff is brought to you by Pizza Hut here in Dexter, Missouri at 1113 West Business 60. Call them at 624-5333, or you can order online. They're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to midnight, serving pizza, Tuscany pastas, sandwiches, salad bar, and Wing Street wings, appetizers, as well as fried apple pies. They have a lunch buffet Sunday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., Wednesday evening buffet, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Buffet features all-you-can-eat pizza, pasta, salad, and cinnamon rolls. Dine-in, carry-out, deliveries available in a little limited area, or for your convenience, you can pick up at the drive-thru window. Pizza Hut will be featuring the live broadcast and the replay of the Dexter Bearcat football games on the TVs there in the restaurant. Again, that's America's favorite pizza, Pizza Hut. So you see there the captains out on the field talking it over again with the referees. I believe, Bill, if I recall correctly, New Madrid will be receiving the ball to start off the second half.
Yeah, they had deferred in the first half, and then this is a situation where Dexter definitely and certainly must come out and play defense here.
We got an update from our friends down in Piggott. Piggott's playing Hoxie tonight, and at the half, it is the Hoxie leading Piggott 9-0. So I want to say thanks to our friends Chris and Chris that bring the Piggott games, do a great job with that. You can see Piggott High School football on Tuesday nights on YHC at 7 o'clock. Again, I want to remind you can catch the replay of this game Sunday afternoon starting at 4 o'clock. So those of you who are at the game or have friends at the game, catch up and catch the replay. I know the Bearcats, they'll be watching the game on Sunday afternoon to kind of pick up a few cues where they may have been a misstep or.
Yeah, it's really a great opportunity for a player to actually kind of scout himself. And, if he's got the ability and the open-mindedness enough to scrutinize his own self and help create, put himself in try to develop himself by watching.
Not sure when Coach Pixley has the game day and watches the game tape, but absolutely, because out on the field, when you did something well, when you did something wrong, or things didn't work the way you wanted it to. So you ought to be able to really key in on those replays. Here's Dylan Acevedo with the kick. Squib kick being picked up. Number 21 from the Eagles as he turns it upfield. Again, that's Jamaria Jones. You heard his name a lot in the first half. So he's brought down by number 82, Dylan Harden. So the Eagles will have 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line here to start the third quarter. So I'm sure Coach wanted to say to the Dexter Bearcats, hey, let's get back to fundamental football. Let's make our hits. Let's wrap up on the tackle and make sure we aren't
I'm sure
missing opportunities and giving them.
Yeah, Coach Pixley most likely went over and said, listen, guys, this is your key, this is your key, this is your key. You've got to stay with it. You cannot fluctuate to somebody else's key. No matter if he's got the ball or not, in the option-type offense, you've got to take your key.
So there's the quick pass. Stevenson out to the flat to Jones for a gain of about 6, maybe 5. So 2nd and 5 from the 35. Stevenson looking to dump it out in the flat. Will be a forward pass, so an incomplete pass intended to number 32, Lamonte Nelson. Bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, I was receiving Texas indication that the broadcast is doing really good over the screen, and we appreciate hearing from people. And that was actually my wife indicating to us that we're doing a great job on the television and that she's enjoying the game. But
Glad
we'd
to
like
hear.
to see the Bearcats on top, though.
Absolutely. There's the handoff to Jamaria Jones, and he just runs up the middle and outruns all the black jerseys there of the Dexter Bearcats for a touchdown. It's going to be there's a flag back on the play. See what's going to happen here otherwise. Okay, so illegal motion on the Eagles. The play is going to come back, so that negates a 65-yard run. Also got a text here from Randy Stewart. Those people who visit the New Wave Communications store a lot here in Dexter, they say hi to Randy as he greets them as they come in. He's there on the line answering questions and receiving payments and being helpful. So I appreciate Randy letting us know the broadcast is working well. Always good to hear from him. Hope he has a good weekend. Our good friend Randy just turned 50 this past week. So he's probably chomping at the bit now that I'm telling everybody that. So if you get a chance this next week, stop by New Wave Communications. Tell Randy happy belated birthday. He's settling into the prime of his life, I guess.
Well, that big 5-0 number, it does come up on you a lot faster than you think, and and I can comment on that myself. So
I see the light on my BlackBerry here buzzing. I thought it might be Randy pretty quick, making some threatening comments. We'll see if he's still listening and paying attention. So 3rd and 10. Stevenson breaks the tackles. He keeps it. He turns it upfield, and he just outruns. He just could put more and more distance between he and the Bearcats. Last chance there was Nate Watkins on the outside, and Stevenson just ran right by him. Nothing against Nate. That's just flat great speed on Stevenson's part. So, after the penalty, negating a 65-yard run, they back it up 5 yards, and Stevenson's the benefactor of a 70-yard run. Same result, touchdown Eagles. So with 10:56 to go here in the third quarter, or I guess I should say a minute and 4 seconds into the third quarter, the Eagles are now on top 40-7 as they'll line up for a 2-point conversion.
Well, I refuse to believe that Dexter has given up, and in no way I don't think they have. It's just the Eagles are executing well.
Yes.
They've found, they're using their speed.
Okay, I stand corrected. Made the mistakes last week as Ely is going to step back to kick. Penalty there. Did you catch that penalty? Will be against the Eagles, though. Is that an illegal substitution, did he say?
Well, they had broken the huddle.
Okay.
And someone else had to leave.
Sure. Okay. So Ely's going to line up for the kick.
Basically broke the huddle with 12 guys instead of
11.
Yeah.
So they'll back it up 5 yards. He'll be kicking from the 15. Ball's down, kicks up. It is good. So at 1 minute, 4 seconds into the third quarter, New Madrid County Central on top 41-7. That extra point brought to you by Missouri Southern Healthcare, who for over 40 years has taken pride in caring for you and your family, serving the community with 7 medical clinics in Dexter and Bloomfield, specializing in internal medicine, family practice, pediatrics, and general surgery. Missouri Southern Healthcare, hometown healing. So again, continue bringing the emails to us at sports@yhctv.com. We're going to hear a quick word from our sponsors. You're watching live Dexter. Oh, excuse me. We're going to stay right here as I misunderstood the direction from our producer, Tyler. I think Schwartzman set me up for that misinterpretation.
Well, we got.
Remember, we got to have a conversation with the cameraman at break. But again, email us at sports@yhctv.com. We'd love to hear from you. Give us some cheers. Give us some shouts out for the Dexter Bearcats. We hear it from the sideline here. The Bearcats, they're into this game still. They're telling their teammates not to give up. They're rooting them on.
Well, we're starting to. Coach Pixley's putting a few of the younger kids in, get them some playing time, and that's great. And
okay, so again, Josh Overall with the return. He's knocked down there by number 81 again. That's Logan Caines, the 5'7", 265-pound wide receiver from the New Madrid County Central Eagles. Again, he's really not 265 pounds, Greg. I think that's a typo. But it's fun to say. 5'7", 265 pounds. When he turns sideways, you almost mistake him for one of the hash marks. He's just not a very big guy. So here we go with 10:51 to go in the third quarter. Bearcats down 41-7, looking to just get some momentum going, a sustained drive. Looking to pull some positives out of the game right now as they fake the handoff to McCullough, get the ball to Slavings. He's met at the line of scrimmage. Brought down by number 6, Ely, and number 51, Matt Hunter.
Well, I think as the third quarter moves along, you probably get about halfway to more towards the end of the third quarter, you start seeing some younger kids coming in, getting some playing time, which you want to do. definitely get your starters out a little bit, especially if you're on the winning side like the Eagles right now. And even Dexter want to give the younger kids a little time.
He grounds out about 4 yards to the 30. Bring up 3rd and 8, 7.
Yeah, we're looking at about 3rd and 7 here.
Conversion will just be great for the Bearcats at this point.
I'm sure they'd like to get another 6 up on that board as soon as possible.
There's the pass out to Summers. He had broken free.
Now Summers, he's had about 3 attempts there where he's had a good opportunity, but it's just been right out of his reach, just out of his reach. Yeah.
The defense, the rush on the Eagles. At that time, Mills, he got the throw off, but he was knocked down by number 51, Matt Hunter, as soon as he did.
Well, the
penalty on the play against the Eagles.
They don't have tremendous size like we've seen with Sykeston, but they got a lot of speed. The linemen are fast. You got a lot of great skilled kids out there. You got about a half and half on the kids going both ways, and so you got a lot of speed going both defensive and offensive, and really having a hard time controlling that. And then when they just throw a blitz in there.
Okay, so first down off the penalty for the Bearcats. Handoff to Mace again, the fullback, as he breaks the tackle, and he's brought down by number 4, Jadarius Stevenson, the quarterback, but not until after another first down for the Bearcats. So good run there by Aaron Mace. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Eagles' 46-yard line.
We hadn't seen that counter back work for a while, and all of a sudden it just popped and started working.
Mills back to pass. Again to Wyndham.
Mills pass incomplete to number 81, Ryan Wyndham.
Pass incomplete. Mills just not been able to get into a rhythm this evening. Most of that due to the credit of the Eagles defense.
Yeah, they're just getting a lot of pressure on them.
Getting penetration and
Ben's been used to being able to roll out, looking downfield, and having the time, and basically creating his own time also. But here it's just containment's been there, and it's just been hard for him to have any time. One of his favorite drop backs is about a 5-step drop back. He's not had time to do that either. He's had to get that off very quickly, and the timing's just out of sync right now.
That last play again, inside handoff there to Mays as he grinds out about 3 yards to bring up 4 yards to bring up 3rd and 6.
And really, basically that counter play about 3 plays ago, it worked so well is just because of the push that the Eagles are getting. They're over penetrating.
Again, Wyndham overthrown by Mills. As Mills gets picked up from the turf. He was knocked down after the throw. Bring up 4th and 6. Bearcats calling for the punt. Dylan Acevedo will come out. So looking for the opportunity to pin the Eagles back deep in their own territory. But you got the dangerous and quick Jamarius Jones deep to receive. Punt off by Acevedo. Down by number 89, Nate Watkins at the 19-yard line for the Eagles. So with 8:14 to go in the 3rd quarter, Eagles on top 41-7. They'll start deep in their own territory.
I think what was going on there, they indicated that ball had touched the Dexter Bearcat on the way
it came
down.
right down out of the air.
Yeah, it came right down, straight down on him.
But then,
and it wasn't where he had downed it. It was where
where
it's
it hit
down where the ball actually touches the player. So had to move it back here.
Stevenson in the shot. Here's that busted bone again. And he pounds it up the middle. Little or no gain this time.
Stevenson on the carry for the Eagles.
Number 43 there.
You know, throughout
Alex
the
Cliff.
game, you know, you've seen Dexter, you know, they came in here with a sound plan, how to stop that. And you've seen it executed, but it's just when one player maybe did not finish out his assignment, and that speed got loose like a wild horse, it was gone, you know. But, you know, just right there, we saw Dexter executing the game plan they had originally done. They shut it down.
Stevenson out to the flat. Pass intended for Jared Allen, just couldn't handle it. So it'll bring up 3rd and long.
Jared Allen. Yeah.
Stevenson faked the handoff there. Keeps it. Brought down by Mace, number 35, for a gain of about 3. So it should bring up 4th and 5, maybe 4th and 6.
Well, this is a great situation for Dexter. I mean, they came out, they executed well. When they've executed well, they've stopped the Eagles. It's just unfortunately there's been about 4 times where a big play has hurt them.
Yes.
And it's put the points up on the board and it's kind of taken it out of the reach of the Bearcats.
Okay, so the Eagles are going to go for it from their 30-yard line. 4th and 5. Stevenson looking to throw it. Tip. Intercepted. And intercepted there by number 33, Nick Summers, brought down at the 30. So interception for the Stats, but really no difference in field position. But a great heads-up play there by the Bearcats.
Tip ball, anybody's ball. So, well, we saw that happen earlier, and the Eagles in the first half, and the Eagles came out with it. So, be nice, you know, like to see Dexter come out here, execute a drive right now, put some points up there, show some pride here.
Aaron Mace with the handoff there. He was quick on the snap, and
yeah, I was kind of wondering, was he expecting that or not? That was almost like they had just got set and that ball come up, and
it almost looked like he took the snap from the fullback position.
So,
so it's going to be a gain of 2. So 2nd and 8, 6:15 to go here in the 3rd quarter. High formation again. Slaving's in the back, high back. Mills hit there by Ely, met back to pass. Ely was able to slap the ball out of Mills' hand for a fumble, and the Eagles recover the ball at the 30-yard line. That time the long reach of Ely, he just reached over, and as Ben had the ball up to pass,
well, he brought
Ely just able to kind of get that hand over there on the ball.
Well, he,
enough.
you know, Mills had just set his arm to get ready to throw, and of course by doing that he put that ball out there in a exposed area just for a split second, but Ailey hit it right time, and it's going to go on the ground. There's nothing there to protect it.
Stevenson faked the handoff again. He'll keep it. He's brought down at the line of scrimmage. Great pursuit there by the Bearcats.
Well, right there, you know, they're showing that glimmer of, you know, what they had in the first quarter. They just need to go ahead and just stay focused on what they're doing and play with some pride here. Finish this game out with some pride. Get ready, prepare for next week against the Perryville Pirates, and learn a little bit from there.
Stevenson back to pass. Hits the screen pass across the middle to Ely. He gets a couple of blockers. Now he's looking to turn it upfield. Knocked out of bounds by Wes McCullough. There's a flag on the play. Penalty looked to be against the Eagles. Let's see, Bill, did you catch that call yet? Illegal block in the back. Then negate the run.
I think what was probably about 3/4 of his body was in front of him, but I think he had his head on the backside and had one of his hands on his back, and that'll draw a flag every time.
So we'll be looking at a 2nd and 20 from the Eagles 22. Again, Stevens hands the ball off to number 5. He turns it upfield. Rodney Anderson with the 20-yard carry, close to the first down.
Well, the Eagles had a great block out there on the edge. Really helped spring that, and had a couple great lead blockers out there, and they will just move the ball there.
So the run was enough for the first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 on the Eagles 41.
But that's just a lot of what's been going on here in this third quarter. They've been getting some great outside edge blocking and out there on that perimeter, and it's really getting the ball free.
Again, handoff number 21 as he tries to turn it back. It's Jamarius Jones, but this time Bearcat defense not to be denied. That surge led there by number 30, Josh Overall.
Well, there was a good example of good flow to the ball. Earlier in the game, he was cutting it back like that to the inside. There was no flow, and he just basically had the whole field there. They had great flow. They cut it off.
Stevenson back to pass. Dumps off screen again to Ely. Across the middle as Ely keeps her legs going and not going to be enough for a first down as Ely broke about 6 tackles. Finally brought down by number 83, Taylor Gerald. So as the clock ticks down to almost 3 minutes here to go in the third quarter. First down for the New Madrid County Central Eagles. Stevenson in the shotgun, lone back. Got trips right. Quarterback draw. As he just keeps the legs going, breaking through tackles, and runs it up the middle. Touchdown, New Madrid County Central. 2:46 to go in the third quarter. That touchdown will make it 47-7. Again, Stevenson sees the field so well. As he dropped back to pass and the middle of the field opened up.
Yeah, he's got a great set of eyes. I mean, he does see it all. He's looking off. First, second, third, even third receiver. He sees the open field. He's going to be gone. He's got the speed, and he's going to take it all the way in.
So he's got to set up here for the point after attempt. Kick up. It's good. So 2:46 to go. It's 48-7 in favor of the Eagles. That point after brought to you by Missouri Southern Healthcare, who for 40 years has taken pride in caring for you and your family, serving the community with 7 medical clinics in Dexter and Bloomfield, specializing in internal medicine, family practice, pediatrics, and general surgery. That's Missouri Southern Healthcare, hometown healing. Okay, again, we'd like to remind you can email us at sports@yhctv.com. Let us know what you think of the game. Please keep it clean. And but we're having a lot of fun up here. Making a couple of new friends from New Madrid here in the booth right next to us as they're filming the game for the Eagles. We'll let Coach Arlen Pixley know that the team can catch this replay of the game on the webcast there in New Madrid at yhctv.com. That'll be at 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon, to which he said we may be in practice at that time. But we'll make sure all the people here from New Madrid know that. Let everybody back in town tune or dial up www.yhctv.com and be able to see a replay of the game at 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon.
Onside kick recovered by the Bearcats. Mason now recovery for Dexter.
Okay, Bill, what we got here?
Well, what we got, I don't think it was intentional short kick on that.
Kick and
yeah, I think as he came off, he just basically come off the side and just spun. I think it surprised everybody because they didn't cover that like it was an intentional squib kick on that.
Or intentional onside kick attempt.
I think everybody was just a little stunned on that.
Okay, so the Bearcats are going to have great field position here at their own 42. Minute 55 to go in the third quarter. Handoff there to number 30, Josh Overall. Met at the line of scrimmage by a host of Eagles.
Well, I think what you're going to see here is just going to have basically a mixture of plays, and I'm sure Coach Pixley, what he's looking for is just try to get a score in this fourth quarter and or in this third quarter, and just play for experience. They still got a couple more games ahead of them. They have a very fine chance of winning both of them. And
quick pitch back to Mace. He's brought down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1.
I think at one point in the fourth quarter, when they enter into the fourth quarter, you're going to start seeing some jerseys we hadn't seen out there. Get some younger kids some playing times off of probably both the Eagles and the Bearcats. Give them a little experience of what it's like to be playing in a varsity game. Of course, at the same time, you don't want to pull them too soon. You're still, like the Eagles, and looking for that going on the district play.
Mills back to pass. Intended for Summers. So be 4th and long. Here, coach call for the punt team.
Well, once again, we've seen where, the Bearcats' offensive line, they're not doing a bad job up front. It's the edge and the blitzes they've had to face. They've just not been able to slow that down. Mills is not getting the game that he likes. And
okay, so that's going to end the third quarter with the Eagles on top, 48-7. We're going to take a quick word from our sponsors. You're watching live Dexter Bearcat football on YAC TV, Channel 21, your new wave communications.
At Allen Christian in Dexter, customer satisfaction is our #1 concern before and after the sale. With my dad, my brothers, and our experienced sales staff, your buying experience will be made simple.
We'll get you the right vehicle at the right price.
Our selection of Buick, Pontiac, and GMC is second to none. Take a look at our inventory online, or even better, right here on the lot.
Plus, after the sale, we will take care of all your service needs.
With over 50 years of experience, you'll like the way we do business at Allen Christian and Dexter.
Right now, Case IH is offering 0% for 60 months plus 0 down on any Farmall tractor. Or 0 payments for 6 months.
Or
a free loader worth up to $6,000.
Or
buy the loader and finance the whole package at 0%.
And how do I know if Farmall is right for me?
We have models ranging from 31 to 105 horsepower. They're great for tons of applications.
Like?
Livestock farms.
Keep going.
Poultry, horses, golf courses,
no.
Stadiums, highway mowing,
no.
landscaping.
Yes.
See your Case IH dealer, Baker Implement Company, with 9 convenient locations.
Okay, we're back. There's the punt by Dylan Acevedo. He takes a Dexter bounce and rolls. Going to be down there at about the 20-yard line, 21-yard line, by number 22, Tyler Batchelor for the Bearcats. So here in the fourth quarter, the Eagles on top, 48-7. They'll start their first offensive series here in the fourth quarter at their own 21-yard line, 22-yard line according to the scoreboard.
I think this is some of the worst field positioning that the Eagles have had since probably the first quarter.
Since the first quarter, yes.
You know, you would like to see the Bearcats get maybe a couple scores up on the board, kind of just shorten that distance a little bit.
Say thanks again to Brett Dorton, handing us the third quarter stats. We'll be calling those to you here shortly. Stevenson on the carry there as he weaves his way through the center of the field for a gain of a few.
Well, according to some of these first or third quarter stats, we see with the Eagles are still they got 17 first downs to Dexter's 5. Rushing were 12 to 3, passing 5 to 1. Bearcats having 1 penalty on this in that quarter.
Again, Stevenson on the carry. He looks to break free. Brought down by number 44 for the Dexter Bearcats. That's Austin Featherston.
You know, at the end of the third quarter rushing attempts, the Eagles and the Bearcats actually were dead even with 27 each. Net yards rushing after 3 quarters was Eagles 348 to the Bearcats 34. Total offensive plays still very close. Eagles had 44, Bearcats had 41. Total net yards overall 443 to 46.
Okay. Fresh quarterback in for the Eagles. Number 14, Jimmy Ash. High snap. Okay, we got a quick timeout injury, so we're going to hear a word from our sponsor. Again, want to remind you you're watching live Dexter Bearcat football on YFC TV, Channel 21.
At MHJ Insurance Agency, you are a valued customer and friend. We still believe in old-fashioned service and can help with all your insurance needs. Auto, home, boat, business, farm, life and health, just to name a few. Protecting your hard-earned assets is no child's play. We'll work hard to find you the best coverage at the best price. MHJ Insurance Agency, modern technology with old-fashioned service. Free quotes, free service.
At Bagby Investment Consultants, we provide 3 main services to our clients. Investment management. You will have access to first-class institutional investment managers from around the world. Investment advice. We have 3 investment advisors with a combined experience of over 48 years. Financial planning. Our financial planners and paraplanner can help you with your retirement, college, estate, and tax planning needs. Come learn about the difference we can make. Let us help you reach for your dreams.
Okay, we're back. That was the Jamarius Jones shaking up on the previous play, but he hustled off the field, and so he's going to be okay, it looks like. So bringing 2nd and 31 for the Eagles, back on their own about 16, 17-yard line. Hand off again to Stevenson. That time, number 31, Austin Meese, kind of in the Wildcat formation. But as you were talking to there a minute ago, the stats there, Bill, Stevenson at the end of 3 quarters had a rush for 220 yards and picked up another 10 or 15 already in this 4th quarter. So he's just had a career night as he hustles off there.
So he's had basically 50% of the total yards for the whole team. I believe the whole team stats was 448 yards.
Well, you got to add the 95 yards passing in, so he's had 75% of the offense.
Had another 25% to that.
You can see why Coach Pixley likes to put the ball in his hands.
Hey, that's your go-to player. You want to. I mean, that's the guy you want that ball. You know, his hands on that ball and take control of the game. Now you got a player like that. You utilize him as much as you possibly can. You're going to have great games like this, and team. You surround him with a team like that, and they respond to that positive type action, that play, and you really bring the other 10 around.
Okay, number 14 in at quarterback. Again, that's Jimmy Ash. He tries to dump the ball in the flat, incomplete.
That's a very dangerous thing to do. That's a situation where you just keep the ball and go down.
Well, again, that's your sophomore quarterback coming in, getting some reps.
Yeah,
so that's good
bad
learning
things
experience.
can happen with that situation. But yeah, with sophomore quarterback, I'm sure the coach will bring him, Monday, say, hey, I know you're learning. We don't want to do that. Best to tuck the ball, go down with it. I know you're trying to make something happen, but we got to play it safer in a bad, if it was a tighter situation.
Okay, so the Bearcats going to take over on the Eagles' 20-yard line. Timeout, New Madrid County. Okay, with that timeout, 6:59 to go. Eagles on top, 48-7. You're watching live Dexter Bearcat football from Charles Bland Stadium here on YHC TV, Channel 21, your New Wave Communications.
And folks, if you've not been to the Winchester Place, come in and take a look at this facility. You don't know what you have missed.
We are very proud of this facility. A lot of people do not realize we're here, what we can offer to them, and what a facility we have. And we would like to have people come by anytime and tour us. You won't find a better place to live or better staff to take care of you anywhere southeast Missouri. I'll guarantee it.
We are located at 400 Winchester Drive. Come down Bowman, and we sit on the corner of Bowman and Winchester.
I'm a full-time wife and mom, and I also work as a substitute teacher. You can see why it seems impossible to get a college degree, but with Southeast Missouri State University's regional campuses, it really is within my reach. I can get a degree without leaving my hometown, and that's important when you have a family. Getting a college degree isn't easy, but Southeast makes it convenient.
Okay, so we're back out of the timeout. The Bearcats came out in the wishbone formation. The handoff there was to Slavings as he dove up the middle for a gain of about 3. So we'll bring up 2nd and 7 from about the Eagles' 17-yard line. So we break under the 6.5-minute mark here in the 4th quarter.
Welcome to a local banking experience at First National Bank. At First National Bank, we're committed to finding the best solution for all your banking needs. We use local deposits to make local loans.
So should be 1st and 10 from about the 11, or they're going to call it 1st and goal from the 9. So just under 6 minutes to play. A little bit of spark there in those Bearcats.
Yeah, we've seen flashes of that, after that first quarter. And like I said, they just got taken out of the rhythm by, the big plays there in towards the end of the first half. And just
Mills back to
besides
pass.
the
He's got
pass
Wyndham.
rushing,
for the reception inside. Touchdown, Dexter Bearcats. So 5:26 to go in the fourth quarter. Score now, Dexter 13, New Madrid County Central 48. As Dylan Acevedo hustles out onto the field for the point after attempt.
Well, there's a case where, Ben's got a little more time, and, still I still say that Ben, early in the first half, Ben had a chance. If he would have connected.
That point after attempt is good to make the score 14 Dexter Bearcats, 48 New Madrid County Central Eagles. That extra point brought to you by Missouri Southern Healthcare, who for over 40 years has taken pride in caring for you and your family, serving the community with 7 medical clinics in Dexter and Bloomfield, specializing in internal medicine, family practice, pediatrics, and general surgery. That's Missouri Southern Healthcare, hometown healing. So let us know what you thought about that last touchdown by the Dexter Bearcats. Email us at sports@yhctv.com. Just under 5.5 to go in the game. Bearcats again on the scoreboard. Trailing now 48-14. You were saying, Bill, just before the kick?
Yeah, I was just saying, if Ben could have connected on that one, the Summers, early in that first half, and the 2 to Wyndham, actually, you don't know what that would have did psychologically with the Eagles. Right now we could be sitting at the Dexter's up by a score or 2, and it's a whole different situation. Or, even if with the Eagles scoring, and if they would have put those points on the board and they had an opportunity to continue those drives, we could be looking at a finish like what we had last week. And could be just a one-score, difference, and we'd have a ball game right now.
So Acevedo with the kick. Number 12. Don't have a number 12. For the Eagles on the return. So 5:19 to go in the game. Be 1st and 10. It's that timeout. Called by New Madrid County Central. We're going to stay right here with you. So again, Bill, 5:19 to go in the game. Obviously, with the way the rules are played here in high school, clock stoppage and that sort of thing, there's not going to be enough time to mount a drive.
No, you're playing in a situation like this, Ed. You're playing for pride. That's what you're telling your kids. Look, you're playing for pride in yourselves. You're still trying. You still want to be learning. Don't waste any of this time. You still got 2 games ahead of you, 2 games that you have a very good, strong possibility of winning those games. And you want to go out of the season on a winning note, and so you got the younger kids out here. You want them to get some experience also. So that's what you're doing. You're playing for that pride. You're playing
also getting some playing time experience. So
yes,
some younger
you
guys
got some
that
younger
don't
kids
get as
there.
many snaps, they're in now.
Coach Pixley's not been one not to play the younger kids. He has the faith in them. He's the kind of coach that, hey, if you work hard in practice, you're going to play. So he's got some kids that's been working hard. He wants to get them out there. Here's a great situation. Same thing for the New Madrid team.
Absolutely.
They've got a chance to get some younger kids out there, get a little playing time in a varsity football game, and work out some bugs with them on that. Because, during the week, your younger kids are the ones that's on that scout team taking a beating from the older kids. It's the one opportunity to give your younger kids a little bit of a reward. Get them out there on Friday night so mom and dad can see them play. And hopefully the word gets over to New Madrid area that they can tune in at 4 o'clock on the webcast. And if they would happen to have New Wave in one part of the area or know somebody, they can go over and watch it on the rebroadcast at 4 o'clock. So
So there was a penalty there on the Eagles, so that's going to bring the ball back to the 30-yard line, 31-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 15. That was Sherman Taylor on the run, but he's lined up there in the backfield with Jimmy Ash. Taylor again with the ball this time. Great burst of speed there up the middle. He gets most of it for the second. But he'll bring up a second and short, about 2nd and 2. So tackle made by number 24, Jake Cox, for the Bearcats. Hand off there to number 40, Damian Gillespie, as he tried to get around and turn the corner, but good pursuit by the Bearcats, denying him the opportunity to turn it. No gain on the play, being up 3rd and 2, as the clock continues to tick. Now under 4 minutes left in the ball game.
Well, even with the younger kids, they do have some speed out there, but very proud of the Dexter Bearcats. You know, they're still coming after them, and they are playing for pride. And like we've seen all year, we've never seen Dexter not play physical all the way through a game. And something they do have in them, and it's something they can be proud of.
Encroachment against the Bearcats, so that'll be a first down for the Eagles as the linebacker a little anxious there.
Well, he was trying to time that snap count, and just was about one count off on that. But a little swing pass out there.
Met at the line of scrimmage by the Bearcats. So that was Tevin Winfield on the reception. It looked like Dylan Acevedo may have led. And number 58 also on that tackle, Ben Rogers, for the Bearcats. So bring up 2nd and 10 as we approach the 2.5 minute mark. Ash back to pass, again swing pass out the flat. Number 2, Sherman Taylor. For a first down. Looked like number 31, Zach Watson, on the tackle for the Bearcats.
Well, you got the younger kids out here with New Madrid. They're executing the plays that normally they don't get to execute in practice because they're usually the opponent team by running the scout team. But everybody's getting some great playing time out here and experience on this field.
Inside handoff there to number 23.
Yeah,
Tevin Winfield on the carry.
Coach Pixley's got to be a little excited about what he's got coming up here. He's got some younger kids. They're out here. They're playing tough. I see that they're flowing hard to the ball. They're attacking. They're wrapping up. So he's got to be happy about seeing that right now.
Clock continues to run as we now hit 1 minute 30-second mark left in the ball game. 2nd and 8 for the Eagles from the Bearcat 35. Hand off again to Taylor.
Taylor on the carry for the Eagles, brought down by 31, Zach Watson.
Tackle again made by Zach Watson. So there we are now hitting 1 minute left in the ball game.
Well, what you're seeing, you got a lot of class out here on both sides of
Milking
both
the clock.
teams.
Yeah.
He's just going to take a knee most likely. And
okay, so there's about an 8-second differential.
got
So
a
let's
couple
see,
classy
wait till
coaches.
they reset.
They're coaching a couple of classy teams here. A lot of respect for each other, and it really was a.
Okay, so with 20 seconds left to go in the ball game, New Matter does not even have to snap the ball, and that's how this ball game is going to end. We now hit 10 seconds. There's about a 3-second differential between the play clock and the game clock. So 3, 2, 1, and there's the ball game. So the New Matter County Central Eagles come to Dexter. Final score: New Matter 48, Dexter Bearcats 14. You see it there on your TV screen and on your monitor. We're going to take a quick break, get a final word from our sponsors, and Bill and I will be back shortly with the final stats. You're watching Dexter Bearcat football on YAC TV, Channel 21.
Welcome to a local banking experience at First National Bank. At First National Bank, we're committed to finding the best solution for all your banking needs. We use local deposits to make local loans, investing in our communities. We've been in business for over 40 years, and keeping your money safe is our priority. With locations in Malden, Clarkton, Kennett, and Dexter, Missouri. First National Bank, committed to our local communities.
Okay, we're back. You saw the score there. Again, disappointing night for the Bearcats as the Eagles come to town and leave victorious, 48-14. Stats are a little bit lopsided after this one, Bill, but you got them there in front of you. And we got Tyler's got them up on the TV, but if you want to kind of hit the highlights and the lowlights.
Yeah, I'm going to, as we were speaking, Jadarius Stevenson, he's a D1 recruit with some of the top major colleges around this area, even down in the deep south, looking at him. He finishes with, on the rushing, with 18, rushing attempts with a total of 235 yards on that. Also in the passing, he ended up with 109 net yards. Basically, out of the total yardage,
346 yards of 400.
Yeah, out of that, so he had approximately about 75%, roughly, of the total yardage of the whole team. But once again, you get a school that size, you got a kid that's a D1 prospect. You're going to expect that out of that. When I was coaching, we had the same situation with several kids over those years, and they did the same thing. So you're going to have that, but. Other than that, when we go down to the pass receiving, Coney Ely basically had a total of 5 catches for 54 yards, was the top one there. Of course, you even have Jadarius Stevenson punting. He had an average of 29, which they only actually had one punt anyway, but. Overall, like you said, he had he had about 75% of all their total yardage. But flipping over to it and looking at some of the main numbers, first downs again, Eagles led with 20 first downs to the Bearcats 7. Obviously on the rushing, 13-4, 6-2 on the passing. Penalty-wise, even both of them gained a first down situation with a penalty off of each. Rushing attempts, once again, as we talked, it was some of the big plays, which covered a lot of yardage, or there was a short yardage situation because overall the Eagles, running-wise, had 36 running plays to the Bearcats 29. Not that big of a a difference there. But overall yardage again was 476 yards for the Eagles. Huge night in the on the ground and in through the air.
Well, it seemed like the speed of the New Madrid County Central Eagles, which we've talked about in the pregame and throughout the game, just really was the difference maker tonight. The Bearcats just couldn't quite catch up, and it led to execution problems. And so just a great effort there by the New Madrid County Central Eagles.
Yeah, because, the Eagles, looking at this, the Eagles had 56 offensive plays. Bearcats had 44. That's only 12 plays more. So it's obvious, you can only get that many kind of yards because of the big plays, because of the speed. They'd break it off the edge. Bearcats did a great job there in the beginning, containing that, getting good flow to the ball, focusing on their keys. Somewhere in there, the Eagles just kind of got that little bit more momentum going. I think towards that middle part of the second quarter, kind of put the Bearcats back a little bit. But once again, in the Bearcats' defense, they never once, and we've not seen them yet do this year, they've never once given up any time during a game. They play it all the way out. They finish as hard as they can, and it's got them a couple wins, and but they still play for that pride. And I didn't see, we had a great couple of classy teams out here, good 2 coaches out here that run a class act, and it's obvious.
Yeah. Well, that's going to pretty well wrap up what we've got for this week. Again, thanks for joining us at Charles Bland Stadium for Dexter Bearcat football. Want to remind everybody, we'll be back again next Friday night, same time, 6:40 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff, as the Perryville Pirates come to Dexter for the second game 2 of the district pre-playoff, I guess. Tyler, how do you want to call that? District, excuse me. So, again, Dexter still a lot of opportunity to make it into the postseason this year as the district playoffs have been expanded. But, again, next Friday night, 6:40 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff against here at Dexter. Perryville Pirates come to town. Also want to remind you that you can watch a replay of this Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock on Channel 21, YHC TV, on your New Wave Communications cable, or you can catch the webcast at www.yhctv.com. Again, it's been a lot of fun up here tonight, and glad to have Greg Schwartz again with us behind the camera. We wish the guys, our counterparts down at Piggott, hope they had some fun this evening also. Catch the Piggott Mohawk football Tuesday evenings on YHC at 7 o'clock. For Bill Straw, again, I'm Ed Gargas, and that's all for this week, and we'll see you next Friday. See you then.